Hi everybody, Mr. Boma from Mr. Boma's Balloons, and today I'm going to show you how to make a wearable turtle shell. This is based on a turtle design by a guy named Jim Morey, and I definitely encourage you to watch Jim's videos here on YouTube. I think he's a mathematician. Based on the designs that he does lots of geometric figures. And so I think he's a mathematician. I could be wrong. He might not be. He makes a little turtle like this. And I'll put a link to his video down below. I definitely encourage you to go watch some of Jim's videos. He does some really amazing geometric stuff with his balloons. But I took this basic turtle shell design and I've scaled it up and put straps on it to make a wearable. Okay, now what we're going to do is you have a 5-sided figure, pentagon, with pinch twist in each corner, and then inside of that you make a star shape. So it's just like drawing a star on a piece of paper. Start at one of the bottom corners, okay, and you go up, down, over, across, and down. Exactly like you would draw it on a piece of paper. But because we're using balloons, every place where they cross, you have to have a twist. So you go 1, 2, 3 bubbles. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 across. 2 twists. 3 across. The smaller you make these inner bubbles, the smaller the hole in the center will be. So if you don't like having a hole right there in the center, make these bubbles really small and you'll have a very small hole in the center. The larger you make these outside pieces, the more that is going to stick out. So you'll get more of a dome shape or even more of just sticking out. The smaller you make them, if you make everything a little bit smaller than I've got, it'll be flatter rather than more domed. Okay? And then I've put 1/60 straps on here to make it wearable. This is a cool, versatile design. You could use this as a helmet or as a shield. It could be the top of a diamond ring. I've used it as a parachute. Make a little army guy, and there's his parachute. I have used this as a basket, Easter basket. Put the Easter bunny in there, or fruit or flowers. Okay, so it's a pretty cool design. Again, definitely go watch Jim's videos, like his channel, subscribe. He's got some really, really interesting and cool stuff on there. Let's go ahead and make this. I'm going to make it, though, I'm going to use 260s because 350s are just a little bit more difficult to work with on camera for me. All right, throw that on the ground. For no particular reason, I'm going to use blush and pale blue. That's just what I have in excess of right now. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm not even paying attention to how much air I'm putting in this one. This is going to be the outside, the five-sided figure. So we'll start with pinch twist. And we'll do round about a hand's width, maybe a little bit more. And pinch twist. Hand's width. Try and make those about the same. And pinch twist, hands width, and pinch twist, hands width, and pinch twist, hands width. That's our 5th side. So that goes in there. Okay. The closer to even that you can get the lengths of those sides, right, the more symmetrical it will be. I didn't do a great job, I guess, getting them all the same size, but it'll work for our video demonstration. Okay, I'm going to use the blue. Now on this guy, you can see I put loop twists following Jim Morey's directions. Loop twists at each corner instead of pinch twists, in order to get the legs and the head of that turtle. Because I've made these bigger, you can see these are small sections. These are like maybe 3 fingers each. I was able to use 1 balloon for the shell. These longer pieces I'll probably end up using 2 balloons for the shell. Okay. So let's go ahead and take our other color, and I'm gonna inflate this about halfway. Which means it's got a good 7-finger tail on it. Pick one of the pinch twists to start at, doesn't matter which one. Now again, there are 2 ways to think about this. I like to think about it as drawing a star, but if you don't like that, just think about you're going to skip the one next to it and go to that one. Okay? So make your 3 bubbles. I'm going to make about a 4-finger bubble, a 1 or 2-finger bubble, and another 4-finger bubble. Okay? So these 2 bubbles here should be about the same size, and that one's going to be smaller. Okay? Again, skip the one that's right next to it and go to the next one. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing again. Try and make these bubbles about the same. You want them about the same as the other one, right? 1, 2, 3. Again, these 2 should be about the same size with a smaller one there. And again, I'm skipping the one next to it and going to the next one over. And if you think about it again as drawing the star, up, down. Four-finger, smaller. Again, skip the one that's next to it that already has a balloon coming out of it and go to the next one over. I'm just barely not going to make it, I think. Well, maybe I might be able to do this actually with 1 balloon. All right. Okay, it looks like a mess right now, right? I've got my 5 things, but they're all jumbled up. They're not crossing in the right places. What you should notice though is that at each of these pinch twists there are 2 balloons coming out, each of them. 2 balloons from each point. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take adjacent balloons, oh that one just came untwisted, adjacent balloons, and I'm going to put them together. So these 2 adjacent together. Over here, this one and this one, adjacent, together. And I'm just shoving those together. Okay, there's not any kind of twisting around there, it's just shoving them together. These 2 adjacent, push them together. These 2 adjacent, push them together. These 2 adjacent, push them together. So for the size of the pentagon I made, I didn't make those very long, and so it's not as domed as it could be. If I made these longer, I'd get more of a dome shape. But I think this is fine. If you had a really, really little kid, this might work. This 260 shell might work for a little kid. What you do for making it wearable, pick one of the points as the top, okay, and then the 2 bottom points, I blow 160 up all the way, let a little tiny bit of air out so it's just a little bit soft. Attach a nozzle, find the center. The center goes around the top pinch twist, and the other end goes around there. So this is all one 160. Okay, it's a single 160. For an adult, you're going to need more than one 160 for the straps, but for a child, a single 160 is perfect. Okay, and that is your wearable turtle shell. Again, I'd love to see what you do with this design because I do think it is a pretty versatile design, not just for turtle shells, but for that other stuff that I talked about as well. So I hope you like this. I hope you can get some use out of it. Again, go to Jim Morey's page, give him lots of views and likes. I really appreciate you watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.